Welcome to the GCSE Maths Advantage. I'm Dr. James Carter, and every episode I'm going to break down one topic, show you where the marks are, and give you a quick win you can use in your next exam. Whether you're targeting a grade 7 or pushing for a 9, let's get into it.
Hook. This one mistake lost more marks than almost any other on last year's higher paper. Students picked the wrong rule and ended up with an impossible angle. If you can learn one simple decision method today, you will stop guessing and start scoring. Let's work through this step by step.
Section 1. The concept. Start by labeling your triangle: opposite, adjacent, and included angle. Make that labeling clear on the diagram. If the question gives you 3 sides, that's SSS, and you use the cosine rule. If you have 2 sides and the included angle, that's SAS, cosine rule again. If you have 2 angles and 1 side, or 2 sides with a non-included angle, where an angle is known, that's where the sine rule often helps. Read the question twice, solve it once. Quick reminder of the ideas behind each rule. No heavy proof, just intuition. The sine rule compares ratios of sides to sines of opposite angles. It comes from dropping a height and seeing matching triangles. That tells us A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. It's all about proportionality. The cosine rule generalizes Pythagoras. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. Think of it as Pythagoras corrected when the angle isn't 90 degrees. Let's solve a clear problem so you see both rules in action. Suppose you know sides A equals 8, B equals 6, and the included angle C equals 40 degrees. You want side C. This is SAS. Cosine rule is the direct choice. Setup. C squared equals 8 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 8 times 6 times cos 40 degrees. Show that substitution on your paper. Write C squared equals 64 plus 36 minus 96 cos 40 degrees. That's M1 territory. Calculate the right-hand side, take the square root, and write C equals with units. Once you have that side, you might be asked for an angle. Now the sine rule is handy. Sin B over B equals sin C over C. Substitute the numbers you just found. Careful to show the intermediate value for C. That intermediate value is often a method mark. Write it down, don't hide it in your calculator memory. Before we move on, here's the ambiguous case, the SSA trap. You are given 2 sides and a non-included angle. For example, A equals 8, B equals 10, and angle A equals 30 degrees. Use the sine rule to find angle B. Sine B equals B sine A over A, so sine B equals 10 times sine 30 over 8, which is 0.625. Arcsine of 0.625 is about 38.7 degrees. But remember, there is also a second possibility, 180 minus 38.7, which is 141.3 degrees. Both angles make sine B equal 0.625. This is the ambiguous case. Always check whether both answers fit the triangle.
Section 2. The exam technique. Here's exactly where the marks are and how to get them. First mark, M1, label the triangle and state the rule you will use. Second mark, M1, substitute numbers into the formula correctly. Third mark, M1, show the intermediate numerical value. That might be your C squared or the numerical value of sin B before taking inverse. Final mark, A1, a correct answer with appropriate accuracy and units where needed. Write it down, don't just think it.
Common method errors that cost marks. Failing to label which angle is opposite which side. Missing the minus sign in the cosine rule. Or cancelling steps that look neat but hide your intermediate working. Examiners can't award method marks if they can't see your method. So show the substitution, show the intermediate value, and box your final answer. Examiners love this one. It's easy to reward.
Also, always state what you are calculating. Write using cosine rule to find C or using sine rule to find angle B. Short phrases like that keep your work clear and help the examiner follow your logic. Marks are there for the taking.
Section 3. The quick win. I want you to take a 3-point checklist you can run in under 10 seconds when a triangle appears. 1. Spot the pattern. SSS or SAS, cosine. ASA or AAS, sine. SSA, ambiguous check. 2. Check your calculator mode. Degrees, not radians. 3. Write one clear substitution line on the answer paper and carry at least one intermediate value to 3 significant figures. Read the question twice, solve it once. Here's a 10-second sanity check you can do after every triangle question. If you found angles, add them. Do they total less than 180 for the 2 you know? If you found a side, substitute it back into the original formula approximately. Does it give the expected number? This reverse substitution catches sign errors, misplaced cosines, and inverse sign blunders. Don't skip the check. Worked example of the ambiguous case. Present it for full marks. Start by labelling sides A equals 8, B equals 10, angle A equals 30 degrees. Step 1. Write the sine rule clearly. Sine B equals B sine A over A. Step 2. Substitute numerically and show the value. Sine B equals 10 times sine 30 degrees divided by 8 equals 0.625. Step 3. Give both possible angle values, B approximately 38.7 degrees or B approximately 141.3 degrees. Step 4. Test each by checking whether the remaining angles give a positive third angle. Keep the reasonable solutions and state them. The examiner wants both possibilities considered. That's how you claim full marks. When you present both answers, write them clearly as possible B equals 38.7 degrees or 141.3 degrees. Corresponding C equals, and show your arithmetic. Do not bury alternative answers in tiny handwriting at the bottom. Make them obvious. Variations and traps in brief. You may need to use the cosine rule to find a side, then the sine rule to find an angle. That's common in mixed questions. Rounding. Carry at least 3 significant figures through intermediate steps, then round the final answer as instructed. Calculator pitfalls. Make sure your calculator is in degrees, and avoid using cos to the -1 on a value slightly greater than 1, caused by rounding. If that happens, recheck your intermediate arithmetic. Practice prompt. Take 3 past paper triangle questions. For each, write one line stating which rule you will use, and why. Then show substitution and one intermediate value. That's it. Short practice like this builds exam muscle memory and reduces panic. That's your quick win for today. If this helped, share it with a friend who's revising. You'll find more work solutions and a downloadable practice sheet at jcacademyonline.co.uk. Visit the site for the full pack and step-by-step solutions. Visit the site and grab the checklist before your next mock. One-line recap. Choose the rule by pattern recognition. SAS or SSS use cosine. SAA or AAS use sine. SSA needs the ambiguous check. Let that sink in. Stay curious. Until next time, trust the process and nail that exam.